Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, and it's time for the Wednesday Minister Moment. I've been thinking about kids recently, and thought about a time when my own daughters, my twin daughters, were in Sherman High School. They played on the Sherman softball team, and Kimberly played in the outfield, but she didn't start. She was one of the people that kind of rode the bench, at least that first year. She ended up starting later in later years, but she sat on the bench as a freshman. Now, there was a cheer that the team had that was a pretty derogatory cheer toward the other team. It was really inappropriate. And Kimberly knew that, and she decided, I don't think we need to be cheering this. And so she called the girls together and asked them to stop. Now, that was a pretty big risk because Kimberly was a freshman. She was somebody who sat on the bench, so she wasn't a starter. She didn't have much clout, and she took a big risk of being rejected. What happened was the girls actually listened to her. Now, I don't know if they all liked it or not, but they listened to her and they stopped the cheer. And I was really proud of her for stepping out in faith and standing up for what she thought was right. She's just a kid, but she set a great Christian example at that moment. 11 years ago, there was another little girl named Faith who goes to church with us here at Western Heights. She was about 6 or 7, really wanted to be baptized. She talked to her parents about it. She studied with me. She studied with her parents. She studied with some other people. She was bound and determined to become a Christian. She was smart and knew what it was about based upon, from her own understanding. And she was just determined to make that commitment. We talked about commitment a lot with her. So she took that step. A couple weeks after her baptism, I was walking around the church building and I see her studying her Bible. And that's really neat. But the cool thing was she was studying with someone else. She was studying with a friend of hers named Cassie, who also goes to church here. Now, Cassie was just about a year younger than her. But Faith wanted to share her faith with Cassie. She wanted to help Cassie to know what she had learned. What a great example of enthusiasm and excitement about your faith in Christ. There's a lot that we can learn from kids. There are a lot of times that kids give us excellent examples of what it means to be a Christian. And that shouldn't surprise us. It was Jesus who said in Matthew chapter 18, "I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." This is my encouragement to you. Keep your eyes and your ears and your hearts open to the examples that God is trying to teach you. And especially pay attention to the examples he shows you through the hearts of children. Because in those examples, maybe what God is doing to you and to me is he's teaching us how to truly be the children of God. Have a great day.